I think this is not so much my base case. I think one thing that concerns me on a longer term basis is, you and I are probably fed the same narrative growing up about how Asia's on our doorstep and we're going to have to double, triple, quadruple production globally to feed this enormous population. And actually, I think that narrative over time we've done it, and credit to every producer in this world, we've done an enormous effort and to achieve probably oversupplying the world. The real price of our commodities has done absolutely nothing. And you look at the cost of all the inputs, the only way that makes sense is yield is going through the roof. So I think what worries me is we'll see a continuation of that trend of being a better supplier than the world needs over 10, 15 years. And what I mean by that is you've got places like China that have been a huge opportunity for us and will continue to do so for some time. They're adopting GM varieties, their production's going up. There is a non-0% chance that China, for instance, with corn, stops being an importer at all. Now, that has enormous implications around the world. Then you add on uh, South America becoming an enormous supply powerhouse that no one was really talking about 20 years ago. Then you add on an aging population that's actually in decline in a lot of parts of the world. And so I think longer term, I do stay up at night a little bit wondering what the longer term sort of looks like, and that sort of breaking down of the narrative that I think both you and I were both, you know, grown up on, and that is we're on the doorstep of Asia, and it's just going to be an absolute like
You see,
any time. Yeah,
yeah, we could be our own worst enemy in that part of it. Like, it's great for at the individual sort of farm, but as a market supplying the broader market as well.
there is no doubt in my mind, globally speaking, that growers to their own benefit have done so well on yield that it's almost to that point where your own worst enemy. You've got most winter cereal production around the world. The growers are sitting, if they're not below the cost or at the cost of production, they are very marginally above it. And that just shows, if you take this year, for instance, 2025, the amount of production coming out of Russia, the amount of production coming out of Australia, Argentina, Europe, obviously we'll have a hiccup somewhere and prices will kick because of them. But if you zoom out enough, you can really see a world in which we are we are really becoming efficient in our supply. And that does come with some challenges when it comes to pricing and demand.